Welcome, everyone. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're being safe with your fireworks and enjoying the day. Here in Northern California, it's a pristine, beautiful day. Just sunshine and visibility as far as you can see. So, just what you want on 4th of July. So, everyone be safe out there and enjoy the festivities. So, I was covering the games from yesterday, and one of them was the New York Liberty against the LA Sparks. This game was a good game. Uh, New York started out even with the Sparks in the first quarter, and then the Sparks took a lead. And then about midway through the third quarter, Sabrina Ionescu just decided, oh, I think I'm going to play again. Not that she wasn't playing, but she was in a slump, and all of a sudden, and then all of a like, it was like she just woke up, and threes just start dropping. I mean, not a ton, but New York won this game in the third quarter because they just, between her and Natasha Cloud, they just put their foot down and built a lead, and then the Sparks just couldn't make up the difference. So the Sparks got some key players. They got Ray Burrell back. She had been injured. And let's see. And they picked up Julie Van Loo. She didn't play much. She got in the game for 2 minutes. But I normally cover my main team, because I'm in Northern California, is the Valkyries. And we were quite upset that Julie Van Loo had gotten waived. And we were just, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I was just happy she got picked up by another team. I don't know how well she'll fit in with LA. I hope she does. But just happy she found another team. So we'll be rooting for her. So New York got Leonie Phoebus back. She contributed. She had 5 points. She's normally a much bigger contributor, but it's her first game back, so we'll give her that. Kennedy Burke had 12 points. Brianna Stewart 17, and Ionescu had 20, and Natasha Cloud had 23. And then you had Johannes with 5, and Isabel Harrison. Like I was saying, she's definitely contributing more and playing better. She had 7 points and 4 rebounds. Brianna Stewart had 14 rebounds, so she was battling it out underneath the basket with Stevens and Hamby and Ray Burrell and Jackson from LA. So the shooting percentages were Ionescu and Brianna Stewart were both 7 for 18, which, it's 38%. That's not great. But Sabrina hit those three threes. I'm pretty sure she got those 3 in the third quarter, because it seemed like all of a sudden it was like, oh, her threes are finally dropping, because she has been so off lately, especially in that road trip. She just couldn't, nothing's dropping for her. But Natasha Cloud shot almost 60% from the field, and she was 3 for 6 from 3. And then Kennedy Burke shot well too. She was 4 for 6 from 3 and 4 for 8 overall. So New York got 4 people in double figures, which helped them. But mainly it was Cloud and Sabrina in that third quarter that basically got them the win. So we have by the quarter, New York was leading at the end of the first 21-20, and then that's when the Sparks picked up in the second quarter. They scored 21-16 over the Liberty, but then in the third, it's a big difference, like 32 points in the third quarter for the Liberty, and the Sparks only scored 18, and then they were even in the fourth, 20 points apiece. So Hamby had a good game. She was battling out underneath. She had 25 points, 4 for 6 from the line. She was 10 for 15 overall, which is 66%. And then Stevens, she did well too. She only scored 12 points, but she was 5 for 8 from the floor. And then we had Julie Alamand. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anyway, she had 10 points. She shot 50% from the floor. Ray Burrell was back. She contributed another 5. She was only in for 11 minutes. I'm sure they're just weaning her back in because she had that bad knee injury against the Valkyries. first game of the season. So nice to see her back. We had Emma Cannon had 4 points, and Mercedes Russell had a hoop. And then we have Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum. She's such a good player, but she's just forcing stuff right now. You see it. I don't know if it's she just feels like they brought her in as the big star and all this stuff, and she's forcing stuff. I wish that she would just let the game flow and, just because she's shooting horribly. She shot 20% from the floor this game. And she was 0 for 4 from 3. And she has such a nice 3-point shot. But I don't know, there's just something off there. Most of her points came from the foul line. She was 9 for 10. So let's hope she gets that, she figures that out and gets it together and just works more and in with her teammates. Like, especially towards the end of the game, it's almost like she feels like, oh, I got to score here. I got to catch us back up. And she'll, and she forces things into traffic, and then sometimes she gets a foul call, but sometimes she turns it over, or she, it just doesn't end well, or a jump ball, or she. Anyway, I like Kelsey Plum. I wish she was playing better, but she ended up getting she got 7 rebounds as a guard. That's a lot for a guard. But she had 7 turnovers. And that's from going in there, and she had 6 turnovers and 8 assists. So, but the turnovers were, just driving into traffic and, getting herself, she's 5'8". You're going up against people that are 6'4", 6'5". It's hard to, drive in there unless you can get all the way to the hoop or you can dish it off. And she did that sometimes. But anyway, I want her to play better, and it just seems like she's forcing stuff. Anyway, the LA Sparks are now 5-13, and the Liberty are 12-5. Let's see if anything else we had here. Yeah, the Sparks had 18 turnovers. That's too high. And the Liberty had 14. They got 23 points off turnovers, the Liberty. So points in the paint were pretty even. LA had more, but not by much. So anyway, this was a good game to watch. It was exciting. And, congratulations to the New York Liberty. So we'll see you next time.